All right, welcome back. So Trump wants Department of War, not defense. War mode. There's a report I'm looking at here on theguardian.com. Give me 1 second. It's a report here on theguardian.com, and it was trending earlier on today, and I just thought I'll read it out loud and I'll see your take on it. Trump says he wants a Department of War, not a Department of Defense. Donald Trump just said for the third time today that he plans to rebrand Department of Defense by returning to the pre-1947 name, the Department of War. The president, whose pre-politics business career was largely focused on marketing, first raised the idea on Monday morning while signing executive orders in the Oval Office with his Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, standing behind him. So, Pete, you started off by saying the Department of Defense, and somehow it didn't sound good to me. It didn't sound good. Defense? What are we? Defense? Why are we defense? So it used to be called the Department of War, and it had a strong sound, the president said. He then told a handful of officials lined up behind him, namely J.D. Vance, the vice president, Pam Bondi, the attorney general, Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary, Stephen Miller, the deputy chief of staff, Terry Cole, the head of the Drug Enforcement Administration, and Hegseth. And I quote, if you people want to, standing behind me, if you take a little vote and you want to change it back to what it was when we used to win wars all the time, that's okay with me. Later, while taking questions alongside the president of South Korea, Lee Jae-myung, Trump again raised the idea out of the blues. Pete Hegseth has been incredible with this, as I call it, the Department of War. We call it Department of Defense, but between us, I think we're going to change the name. Trump said during a riff about border security. By the way, by way of explanation, the president added, we won the World War I, World War II. It was called Department of War. And to me, that's really what it is. Let me see something. Everything.
I'm listening. Hello? Hello, Ola?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't hear it. You couldn't hear. Oh, you couldn't hear it.
No.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second.
I had everything you paraphrased from.
Paraphrased.
The Guardian of UK. But,
okay. Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight.
Yeah.
Hold tight. Let me play for you. Okay. Sorry about that. The audio disconnected. Let's play it now. You can hear me now, right?
I can hear you.
It didn't sound good. Defense. And so, Pete, you started off by saying the Department of Defense, and somehow it didn't sound good to me. It didn't sound good. Defense. What are we defense? Why are we defense? So it used to be called the Department of War, and it had a stronger sound. And as you know, we won World War I, we won World War II, we won everything. Now we have a Department of Defense with defenders. I don't know. If you people want to, standing behind me, if you take a little vote, if you want to change it back to what it was when we used to win wars all the time, that's okay with me. All right?
That's coming
soon. You let me know if you want to do it. I think Department of War. It just sounded bad. He said, sir, on behalf of the Department of Defense. Defense? I don't want to be defense only. We want defense, but we want offense too, if that's okay. So you'll make a decision. But as Department of War, we won everything. We won everything. Pete Hegseth.
We won everything. We won everything. What do you have to say about this, sir?
Well,
did you hear it? Were you able to hear it?
Yes, I
Go ahead.
finally heard everything.
Okay.
But the point to be noted here is that is this a manifestation of what the governor of Illinois earlier described today as the cognitive decline of President Donald Trump? Because where is that coming from? You find somebody who is acting with some measure of spontaneity there. It's not as if this had been on the card. It's not as if this had been thought out with what's it called, with people who should know. But on a world stage like that, he just brought it out of nowhere, and then he wanted three times already today. He wanted that to gain traction. Meanwhile, the major issue going on is this stuff about whether there is a link between him and uh, his friend or somebody that was allegedly linked to him at some point concerning relationships, which we do not know the details of, which every American has been clamoring that the details should be made known to the whole nation. So to cause a distraction from that, a diversion, President Donald Trump will go to any length to um, make sure that that topic, that subject, that debate is knocked off uh, the headlines. So, and hard as it tries, that issue continues to dog him. For example, um, the accusation, the allegation coming from opposition uh, Democratic Party in the United States, whether from the governor of Illinois, the mayor of Washington, D.C., the governor of California, everybody is pointing in the direction that, oh, why is it deploying the U.S. military, the National Guard, internally to intimidate political opposition around the country? And that is, I mean, an extent, that is some extreme which nobody had ever tried because of the uh, what's it called, the elements of true federalism in the United States, push against power grab through the instrumentality of separation of powers and uh, checks and balances in place. All those have been scuttled. It's not phasing up to there. And in several communities, in several towns and cities in the United States, the basic ethos of being good neighbors is being destroyed because ISIS operatives go from precinct to illegally seize people off the street and then want to forcefully deport them to places like Uganda, Costa Rica, and places that nobody wants to go. These had the issues at the moment. And so this talk of Department of War. So what is this saying? Since 1947, I mean, that the department, according to him, because I don't know, I did not have that fact, and I can't rely on figures or things that are usually said by Donald Trump, because um, he easily lies. And I mean, I can't rely on what he is saying. I do not know if the department used to be Department of War up to 1947 is the president of this country. And if that is, I mean, he's thinking, fine. But since the department was changed to defense, and by the way, look at the grammatical incorrectness of what he said. What are we defense? What are we defense? I mean, this is a man that is saying that if you do not speak English in the United States, then you are not embracing the what's it called, the spirit and letter of being a true immigrant here. But he does not even speak good English himself. But let us push that aside. The other issue on the plate is the fact that he is saying that almost contending that America has never won any major battle or any major war since that the name of the department was changed to defense instead of war. Curious. So did America not win in a Gulf War One? Did America not win elsewhere? Did America not get rid of Osama bin Laden and all those dangerous people who want to hurt Americans? So I do not know what he's talking about. America has always been a winning nation until Donald Trump happens to this country, is on the stage, and then it's almost like we are losing the morals and the legal uh, what's it called, fundamentals that has made America the sort of shiny city on the hill, like the late President Ronald Reagan would put it. So other than Donald Trump himself that is putting America on the decline, Americans or the Department of Defense has always been great. Curiously, people were looking to the example of America. For example, the highest military institution in Nigeria used to be known as National War College. At some point, it got changed to National Defense College because the idea of defense, peace, is more alluring, and it's more enduring than the thought of war. I do not know what he has. Even those of us who are born with names naturally identified with war, we pursue the cause of peace. So I do not know. I do not know what the idea is about.
Yeah.
All we are asking, which is not too much, is for him to make us to. Already enough wars have been waged against us Americans. Is it about cost of survival every day, cost of living, and the soaring cost of what's it called, basics like housing? So I do not know what is so fascinating about this ideal of war. But you know what? When a bully has done everything, has played every trick in the books, and is being resisted, instead of facing up to it, the challenge today is the speech that was given by the governor of Illinois, calling out Donald Trump and warning him not to bring out the military to the streets of Chicago. And he has warned him strictly again that names are being put down. Everybody that is conniving with him, everybody that is encouraging him in this white goose chase of wanting to turn American way upside down, American lifestyle upside down, American legal framework upside down, that names are being kept, and that when the time is over, there will be a moment of reckoning. That is one thing I expected Donald Trump to have reacted to today. He has not done that. What he's excited about is this fixation on being a strong man, the idea of war. War against who? Who wants war? And thank God there are enough institutional pushback to let him know that there is no good war, and nobody likes the idea of war. And one thing that is curious to me is that, somebody who identifies himself and who some Christians have always identified as their standard bearer is doing all these things. What would Jesus Christ do? So something is telling me within me that this man does not connect with the rest of us who claim to be Christians, who profess to be Christians. Christians will do anything will do more than enough to make sure that peace abides. And blessed are the peacemakers, because they are supposed to be called children of God. But this one does not want to make peace, is embattled against himself, is embattled against average American citizens. Can you imagine bringing soldiers on the streets? What is he thinking? Elsewhere, the world out there, citizens are never ever able to connect with the ideas of their nation because their military is often used against them. I hope it's not going to turn America to that kind of a place where Instead of celebrating and thanking our soldiers, we will begin to look at them adversarially. And soldiers here are wonderful people. They are good. Honestly, if they, like the governor of Illinois has said earlier today, if they do not answer to these deployments by the commander in chief and president, they could be court-martialed and their lives may be ruined. And so American citizens will still give them their flowers, celebrate them, understand that this is not their own making. The choices are so limited for them. But then, if Donald Trump wants a war, let him be man enough to face somebody like the Russian strongman, who is a bully that has sanctioned a needless war. Then we will know that he's strong, that he has his Department of War. But for the greater majority of us, we would still love to embrace the idea of the Department of Defense. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You can hear me, correct?
Yes, sure.
All right, great. Join the conversation, guys. What do you think? Department of War, Department of Defense. I think what you really said stands out. One sounds like, okay, the ultimate objective is peace. The other ones obviously sound opposite. But clearly, Donald Trump is just, I don't know if you think this is his marketing.
He loves to create diversions. And you see, trapped in the mind of a toddler. And the truth of the matter is that, yeah, we respect elders, we celebrate them, and we love them to be around, and they do everything to make sure that they enjoy the twilight of life. But honestly, this is a mind that is already, behaving like that of a toddler already. I mean, the decline is there. He's fascinated with all those imaginary castles that people would do with their building blocks and what have you. Honestly, so he is just fantasizing. It's no longer here fully.
All right. Yeah. All right. Join your thoughts in the conversation in the chat, guys. Hit like, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we do go live or drop videos. We'll be right back.